chapter, that means basic thing is types of share capital, authorized and issued capital, method of issuing share, pricing new share issue, dividend policy, share repurchase or buyback, loan capital, nature of debt, debenture stock, convertible stock, warrant, lease or hired purchase, bank loan and overdraft, international capital market, retained funds as a source of finance. 14 topics within this chapter. So what is share? A share is a transferable form of property carrying a right and obligation by which the interest of a member of a company limited by shares is measured. Capital of a company is divided into units or parts or number of share of equal amount. Every unit or part is called a share. And different types of share we have. Basically, we know equity share or ordinary share and preference share. So if we see the types of share, the constitution of the company states no difference between the share. In the assume they are all ordinary share with parallel right and obligation. They may, however, be other types of share, that means preference share, redeemable share, etc. So ordinary share, what is ordinary share? The owner of ordinary share is the real owner of the company. So ordinary share or equity share is if no difference between share are explained, then equity share shall with the same right known as ordinary share. And equity is the residual interest in the asset of the company after reducing all its liability. It comprises issue share capital, excluding any part of that does not carry any right to participate beyond the specified amount in a distribution. So, if equity share capital means a company's share capital less capital who is carrying preferably right, and ordinary share as the share who is entitled by the holder, and preference share. Different types of preference share is here based on dividend. Here is cumulative preference share and non-cumulative share. So cumulative preference share is there if this year or current year company do not able to pay the dividend. For example, the dividend is prescribed 9%, 10%, 5%, etc. So this year or current year dividend will cumulative for the next year. That means next year they will get the double dividend when profit comes. And non-cumulative preference share means the dividend, if unable to pay the company due to less profit or no profit, then the dividend of this current year will not be paid for next year. Next year only get that year dividend. So and the preference share dividend we are showing it our profit and loss account, but ordinary share dividend we can't present in the profit and loss account. We are present in owner's equity account. Our participation in profit, if profit, participation preference share, non-participant. Redemption, redeemable, non-redeemable. Convertibility, convertible, non-convertible. Convertibility means it's after certain period, the share, the preference share would be, that is transfer or convert in the ordinary share. This is the convertibility. We have seen the different types of preference share, and share capital consists of fund raised by the issuing share in return for cash or other consideration. Meaning of share capital. A joint stock company should have capital in order to finance its activities. Is raise the capital by issue of share. The memorandum of association must state the amount of capital. We know our memorandum and articles all specifically here mention the paid amount of capital. One capital is, what is capital? That means we can say see here different types. Look here, this is the structure of capital, types or category of capital. So here highest is authorized share capital. So this is the limit যে one company can raise its capital up to the, that means authorized capital is the highest limit. So authorized capital can be divided two types: issued capital, unissued. So what capital issued, that is issued capital. Not issued, that means unissued. So issued capital, another two types: subscribed capital, unsubscribed. Subscribed capital, two types: call up capital and uncalled capital. And call up capital, two types: paid up and call in arrear. And uncalled, another two types: one is reserve, another unreserved capital. Reserve means this amount have to call when company would be vanish, when company is dissolved, that time that capital is called. Though there are different types of estate, but at this moment the electronic share, for example, you are an investor, you are investing in capital market, IPO share or IPO share, that IPO, or you can buy the secondary market from the secondary market. So that share, what is issued is equivalent to paid up. So there is no difference between issued and paid up. So what you are giving is the paid up capital. But in the general math of accounting math or share capital math, there are different types of stage here. This financing is called equity financing. Equity financing means that the total is the equity financing. The capital, authorized capital, we know issued capital, method of issuing share: public issue or initial public offering, private placement, public issue or initial public offering, sale to inside, sale through intermediate, sale through managing broker, etc. So here share capital and loan capital.
Okay.
So this share capital means equity capital, the total amount invested in a business by shareholders. And note that share capital is not the same as shareholders fund. That means a shareholder can bring more fund. So shareholder funds and share capital is not the same. So that's why recently you have seen FRC, Financial Reporting Council, issued a circular that some company, they are putting money as a share money deposit. And what is happening? Companies are showing that they have the strength, and we are calculating is the part of equity, and they are getting loan from the bank and showing that they are giving the corporate guarantee based on the calculation where companies total asset minus liability, then what is the portion bank are giving the corporate grant. After taking the money, companies are withdraw the amount of share money deposit from the share money deposit, and then banks, the corporate grantee, banks are going for travel because they have no collateral. So that's why FRC also issued a circular, Bangladesh Bank also issued circular, I think you have seen it. And here loan capital is medium long-term financing provided by banks, debenture, other lenders. So pricing of new share. What would be the price of new share? There are basically three types of price. That means at par, at premium, at discount. At par means what's the face value equal to the issue price. That means 10 taka face value, issue also 10. Premium, that means price greater than par value. That means if issued 15 taka but face value 10 taka, so 5 taka is premium. It's called the at premium. And discount, if the price, that means par is price is 10 taka is face value but issued is 8 taka, so 2 taka is discount, so is the discount. So there are three types of issue price for the new share. That means at par, at premium, and discount. Into par, premium, discount, that means It's per mint. It's mean the share is issued at a price equal to the face value of share. And share at premium, it means that share are issued at a price higher than the face value of share. And discount, it means the share are issued at a price lower than the face value of the share. How is the issue price decided for a share of a company? It means that demand and supply is basic factor that decide the price. Demand depends upon the track record of the company in terms of management and efficient management, earnings and dividend payout for the shareholder, etc. So now dividend policy. So what is dividend policy? Dividend policy is the set of guidelines of a company issued to decide how much of its earnings it will pay out to shareholders. Some evidence suggests that investors are not concerned with the company's dividend policy since they can sell a portion of their. There are different types of investors. Some wants dividends, some wants to just for keeping the stock and selling the market, and they earn the money. But policy is different types. Each company is taking each types of policy. For example, some are giving the stable amount or fixed amount. Some are constant payout. For example, Square Pharmaceuticals company, every year they are giving the more or less same ratio and constant payout ratio, residual approach, zero payout, that means no dividend. So different types of policy companies are adopting, and sometimes is the regulatory compliance also. For example, if the listed company, then if you do not pay the 10% dividend, then your category will change. And if that's why sometimes there's a different types of policy dividend we have, and residual approach, scrip dividend, common stock ordinary share repurchase or buyback. So another item here, share repurchase or buyback. Basically, as per the Companies Act 1994, our mother law, a company cannot buy its own share for investment. But a company can buy another company's share, but he cannot buy his own share for investment. But not allowed. But other countries, they allow to buy it, but that share not reissued again, because buyback as a share means a purchase of its own shares, security by a company. After buyback of share, the company has to cancel them. A company cannot buy its own share for the purpose of investment. When a company has sufficient cash, it will like to buy back its share, usually when privileged market price is lower. So also they can control their value or price of the share. Here is an example. What happening? Share buyback. Before buyback, the net earnings is, for example, 250 million. Share 250 million outstanding. So earning per share is $1. And a stock price $1. Just EPS. Think about EPS, $1. But after buyback, he buys, that means buyback 50 million share. If buy from the market, 50 million share buy from the market, and then EPS is up, that means from $1 to $1.25, because the company's net earnings is the same, but the number of share reduced by 50 million. So EPS increase from $1 to $1.25. So it is basically in our country it is not allowed. Biggest buyback, that means Apple, IBM, extremely at share company they repurchase their share. Now loan capital, money required running for business, which is raised from the loan rather than the share. The part of a company's capital employed that is not equity capital. So loan capital and the nature of debt. Debt is an amount of money borrowed by one party from another. Many corporation, individual use debt as a method for making large purchases that they could not afford under normal circumstances. A debt arrangement gives the borrowing party permission for borrow money under the condition that it is paid back at the later date, usually with interest. So debt, bond, loan, commercial paper, it's also the debt. The example of company may look, nature of debt is bond, loan, commercial paper, it's all are debt. So when as a finance guy or as a company secretary, we have to calculate the cost of debt. The cost of debt capital is associated with the amount of interest that's paid currently outstanding debt. It is denote the KD, that means cost of debt. So formula is this: cost of debt equal to interest multiplied by 1 minus tax rate. And cost of debt is normally calculated from the cost of debt is analyzed the various purposes for debt and their associated cost for the firm, and calculating the before the after tax weighted average cost of capital, because here tax effect is, that's why the interest of debt is an expense. Also tax authority allows as an expense. So being we are using as an expense in our profit and loss account debited, so tax adjustment is here, so effective rate would be less than the prescribed rate. So here debenture stock, convertible stock, warrant, just few theories here. And now lease and hire purchase. So what is lease? A lease is a legal document outlining the terms under which of the party agreed to the property and another party. And now lease is IFRS 16 as basically lease IFRS. And hire purchase, bank loan and overdraft, we know it. So what is overdraft? Bank overdraft is a limit on borrowing on bank current account. With an overdraft, that amount of borrowing may vary on a daily basis. A bank loan is a fixed amount, and overdraft is no balance is the bank, but that means current account balance is zero, but taking the amount for that is overdraft and paying the interest. And international capital market. So capital market would be a need for our country also. We need the vibrant capital market, and capital market is the place where company can raise fund and good capital market. At this moment, our Securities and Exchange Commission, government and Ministry of Finance, Finance Minister also wants to a good capital market, but we are hoping a good capital market. Retain fund as a source of finance. Look here, it is a good thing, and sometimes it's can a question in your theory. Retain funds as a source of finance. So a portion of profit not distributed among the shareholder, but retained and used in business is called retained earnings. It is also referred to as one of the important source of internal financing used of fixed as well as working capital. So sometimes retained earnings we are using as a working capital, and it has no cost because it's within the organization. So retained earnings means that part of trading profit or business profit which is not distributed in the form of dividend but retained by directors or for the company for future expansion of the company. And here if we see there, we know the equation accounting asset equal to liability and owner's equity. And here if we see asset equal to liability plus contributed capital plus retained earnings is totally equity. Capital, that means equity finance, and retained earnings, it means the equity. And retained earnings come here, liability plus common stock, and here revenue minus expense, it means net income. From the net income, and net income plus dividend equal to, that means common stock minus dividend plus revenue minus expense. Here comes retained earnings. Features of retained earnings: cost of financing, there's no cost. Flotation cost, no flotation, related to no cost within the organization. Control within the organization. Legal formalities, no problem. So there is positive thing all. So retained earnings advantages is cheaper source of finance, and it's make the financial stability within the organization, and stable dividend can be pay, market value can be increased. It is the positive thing. And negative thing is that improper utilization of fund, utilization rate of dividend, because if you keep the retained earnings more, then dividend would be less. So it is that issue of bonus share does not affect the liquidity position of the company. It's a question. So justify your answer. That means sometimes a company cannot pay dividend in cash due to shortage of liquidity fund. Cash in split and earnings large amount of profit for the particular period. For example, you sell back in a company, but all are in the that's all goes for your debtors, not sell. Under the circumstances, the company issue new share to the existing shareholder in lieu of paying dividend in cash. So here, these shares are known as bonus share. Such bonus share are to be offered to the existing shareholder in proportion to the shareholdings and dividend rights. Generally, the company issue bonus share out of profit and or reserve to the existing shareholders. Since the profit or reserve is being capitalized, it is also called capitalization of profit or reserve. As the company cannot receive cash from the shareholder for the purpose of issuing bonus share, a sum equal of the total value of the bonus issue is to be adjusted against profit, reserve, and transfer to equity share capital or paid up capital account, because it's just accounting treatment. Speaking of working capital, also we will read it in our working capital chapter. Also a specific chapter is working capital. So current asset less current liability, properly called the net working capital, and working capital is a measure of the company's liquidity. Source of working capital are net income, increase of non-current liability, increase of stakeholders' equity, and decrease of non-current assets. So here, if we see source of working capital, here working capital, that means fixed. There are some permanent working capital, some are temporary working capital. Permanent working capital keep permanently, and temporary, this means seasonal. So how this working capital finance? So long-term finance, from the long-term financing, we can finance fixed asset, and some portion can take the permanent working capital. And from the short-term financing, measure of part is temporary working capital, and proportion we can use permanent working capital. Sometimes deferred payment of tax is also the source of working capital. It's also a question. So that deferred payment of tax is a source of working capital. Justify your answer. This is the question. So you can justify this way. If we do not pay the tax, that means advance tax, and we can use it as a working capital, but we have to pay the interest on our fine to the DCT or NBR because of not paying the advance tax. How a finance guy manage it? So a finance people or CFO or accounts people is a good one who can collect money fast and payment money later. And for example, if you sell, then you collect money fast. And what is your payment for to your creditors and others? If you pay later, then your money management or cash flow management would be better. So all company wants that accounts people collect money fast and payment would be later. So now is this the question also is in your exam also came here. January 17 question 2A, marks was 10. So that type of question sometimes come here, but those are not come will be same question, but same pattern can become. So here, if we discuss here, one company once raised 10 million of diversification project. Current estimated earning before interest tax for the new project is 2.20 million per annum. Cost of debt 15%. An amount up to include 4 million 60%. Look here, there is some slab also. So cost of debt is 15% for amount up to and include 4 million. If you take the 4 million debt, the cost of capital is 15% and 16% for additional amount up to include 5 million. So if you take another additional goes for 4 to 5, then you have to pay 16% and 18% additional amount about 5 million. If you take more than 5 million, that you have to pay 18%. That means cost of debt would be 18%. The equity share, that means face value $10 of the company, have a current market value $40. This is expected to fall $32, exceed 5 million at least. If think that 5 million, if raised, then this 40 taka would be 32 taka. That means fall down. The following options are under consideration of the company where the tax rate is 50%. There are three options. 1, 2, 3. You have three options here. So debt option 1 50% and equity 50%, total 100%. Debt 40% and 60% is equity. Then 60% debt, 40% equity, total 100%. The three structure is here. Asking you which option should the company adopt is your question in your CS exam. Three options. Number 1, equity and debt 50-50. That means here 10 million have to extra. 10 million, that means 1 crore. Earning before interest tax 22 lakh. Earning before interest tax, less interest on debt. Here 50% debt. Look, first we have to calculate this one. It is the calculation of interest on debt. So within this math, this portion is very much interesting. Interest on first 40 lakh, 15%. Here, option 1, here 50 lakh, 40 lakh, 60 lakh is the interest on here because debt 50 lakh, option 2 40 lakh, option 3 60 lakh because based on here debt 60%, that means 60 lakh. Here 40% meant 40 lakh. 50% in that 50 lakh. So 50, 60, 40. So we are putting here 50, 40, 60, first line. Okay. Then first 40 lakh, 50%. So here, if calculate 40 lakh multiply by 15%, then we will get 6 lakh is the interest for first 40 lakh. So same all three options here. And then here calculating 40, so here remaining 10 lakh. So 10 lakh have to pay 16% because here's the condition is that 15% for the 4 million. 16% additional amount up to 5 million. 18% additional amount up to 5 million. So this way have to calculate the interest here. So for the option 1, 50 lakh is debt. So 40 lakh, 15%, 6 lakh, and another 10 lakh, 16%. That means remaining additional 10 lakh. So here 1,60,000. So here interest for the option 1, 7,60,000. Just two items is added. And 40 lakh for the option 2 is only one single interest. That means 6 lakh. And option 3 is the 60 lakhs of debt. So here have to calculate 3 stages. 2 stages already calculated. 6 lakh, 1,60,000, and remaining 10, 40, 10 and 10, total 60. So 10 would be additional 10 is 18%. So here 1,80,000. Total interest have to pay 9,40,000. So these 3 figures, if we put here, less interest on debt 7,60,000, 6 lakh, 9,40,000. And then if we minus 22 lakh from the 22 lakh, 7,60,000, then we'll get profit before tax 14,40,000. And here 16 lakh, and option 3, 12,60,000. So 50% tax, that means 7,20,000. Here 8 lakh, here 6,30,000. Then profit after tax is 7,20,000, 8 lakh, and 6,30,000. And number of equity share, if we divide, so here number of equity share is, so here number of share is calculated here. So here we need another working also. Number of equity share 1,25,000. If we divide 7,20,000 by the 1,20,000, then get EPS 5.76. Same way 5.33. Same way 5.44. So answer would be the secure alternative, which gives the highest earning as per the best. So highest earning is giving here 5.73. That means option 1, where debt and equity is 50-50. So here I will put another working here for the calculation of number of equity share. Gordon model, Walter model, maximize the wealth of share, etc. It is very much is just have to put the formula and putting the data, then we will get the answer here. And maximize the wealth shareholder, Walter model, buyback share. The company has issued share capital 1 lakh ordinary share of Taka 10 each, currently selling price 25. Their EPS 3 per share. They have surplus cash of 50,000. They consider the following two alternatives: pay a dividend for Taka 50 per share, or use the amount to buy back the share if allowed. Find out the new price earning ratio, market price share, EPS under each of the two alternatives. So if we go, this is a separate case A and B. Just we are discussing A, and 2 you will do it. So number 1, buyback share. Market price per share 25 minus 20 and 0.5, 25. That means here currently selling price 25. Surplus cash. The considering the following two alternatives: pay a dividend of 0.5 per share. So if dividend pay, one thing, we are investor, we are thinking that, for example, if before declaring dividend the price of share is high, after declaring or disbursing or transferring to the BO dividend, then the price go low, because the investors' expectation before paying dividend, they want dividend and keep the share, and after for example, after if they get company gives the bonus share, so if bonus share declare, so also the price of the market share is fall down, because share increase the number of share, and more or less company's earnings would be the same. So if number of share increase, the EPS should be decreased. So here market price per share also declaring the dividend, market share now 24.50 as per the question. Next year EPS is expected to continue taka 3 as the amount of the surplus distribution would not lower the earnings. So price earning ratio, we can calculate price earning ratio this way: market price per share divided by earning per share. So market price per share 24.50 divided by earning per share, here calculated for the next year 3. So here price earning ratio is 8.16. Now if buyback 2000 share at the rate of 25, because they have only 50,000 taka, this 50,000 used for dividend or buy back the share. So buy back the share at the rate of share is 25 each at the market selling price. So 50,000 divided by 25, then we will get 2,000. So 2,000 share purchase each share taka 25. Market price after buyback 1 lakh share 25,000 is the previously 25 10 lakh minus 50 divided by number of share original and minus 2,000 is the repurchase. So now 98,000 only. So this amount divided by 90,000. So market price per share 25. Look here. So market price of share at this moment 25. After buying 2,000 share, also market price is 25. So here price earning ratio would be 8.16. How it EPS for the next year 3 lakh divided by 98,000. So 3. So putting here market share divided by EPS. So we get 8.16 and here 8.7. So here is can say that the market price, that price earning ratio would be the same at this moment. 8.16 here 8.16. The buyback effect is here. The no effect is here. Just determining by this figure. So another math is here. So you do it. And now share capital we discuss is the share capital. We can say the share capital, loan capital, and also share capital, loan capital. This have some advantage also. Loan, that means taking from the loan bank, other side. So there is some stock valuation calculated in different way. Dividend discount model, we can use it. Discount cash flow model, another one, and compare companies analysis. So dividend discount model this way is on the dividend, zero dividend DDM, constant dividend, variable growth dividend discount model is the 2 stage and 3 stage. Discount model method of estimating the value of the stock as the present value of all expected future dividend payment. So present value equal to future value divided by 1 plus I to the power 9 interest. And discount cash flow model is this way. We can call discounting cash flow for the valuation of the company. This thing we are using. One is cost approach. This cost approach, cost to build, replace cost, etc. is the cost approach. Another market approach, replace, that means relevant value, public company comparable and present transaction, discount cash flow, forecast future cash flow, etc. we are using. So here market price of the share after dividend announcement. The details regarding 3 companies ABC. Rate of return here 15%, 10%, 8%. Cost of capital KE 10, 10, 10. Face value, that means E, all are 10 times. To calculate the value of the equity share using Gordon model, if dividend payout ratio is 50, 70 and talk about dividend payout. So what is dividend payout? Payout means paid to the shareholders as a dividend. Return ratio is that the difference of, that means if dividend paid 40%, so 60% is return. So here this formula, if we put here P equal to D1, that means this is the solution of this math here, where payout ratio 50% and 70%. 50% means company A payout 50%, that means its dividend is earnings is 4. So earnings 4 mean 50% means that 2 taka. 75% means that 3 taka. So here 50% is 2 taka. Okay, 70% means 3 taka. So if pay 50% dividend, the value of the equity share here come 80, and 70% is come value of equity share 48. So this way 3 companies calculating here. So CS exam July 16, price per share here, calculation here, and with this here solution is here also. Calculation is limited. Look here, if you see that. So another one, weighted average cost of capital, here calculating all thing. And another problem, solution is here. You are a company secretary and one of your board of director purchased 1000 share. His expectation of return is 10% before tax by way of dividend with an annual growth rate 5%. That means Z means 5 growth rate. The company's last dividend was taka 2 per share. Even as he's completing, Mr. A suddenly find due to budget announcement, dividend have been exempted from the tax. In the budget declaration said that no tax payment for dividend income. In the hands of receipt, however, the imposition of the dividend distribution tax on the company is likely to lead to a fall in dividend 20 paisa per share. Is marginal tax rate 30%. Individual. You are the company secretary and the directors of your company asked you to calculate what should be Mr. A's estimated of the price per share before and after the budget announcement. Is the answer. Look here. Price before budget. So what is put? 2 taka dividend, an increase 5%, is expected return is 10%, growth 5%. Here come market price before budget 42 taka. Same way market price after budget, here 2 taka 10 paisa, that means here it's come 95 taka. Number 2, MMA's company is issuing 218 million additional equity share with nominal value of 0.05 each. The first dividend on the new share will be paid in 1 year's time. The current dividend is 0.12. The dividend are expected to grow at an annual rate 10%. It's been G equal to 10. The annual return required by the purchasers of the share is 14%. It's the expected rate of return 14%. The expenses of the issue are expected to 18% of the fund raise. That means the expenses of the issue are expected to be 18% of the fund raised. Calculate the amount of dollar after expenses that will be issue will raise. PO, that means price of the share. DO, dividend this year. 1 plus G, this G means growth rate 10%. Cost of equity 14% minus growth rate, and upper side, that means 12, that means present year dividend multiplied by 1 plus G growth rate, and if we divide this one, then get 330, the price of the share or total price. The proceed of issue 218 million, price of share 303, that calculated right now, multiply by 1 minus 18. 18 means that fundraise cost, flotation cost 18%. So 18%, 1 minus 8, that it's come 589 million. So total proceed of issue 589.91 million. Sometimes big size, but it's attainable. You would be able to answer it easily. Okay, sir.